Hey guys, Bird Yu-Gi-Oh here. So today I wanted to do my True Draco deck, and this one actually is True Draco Sky Striker. If you want actually a more pure True Draco deck, I did one about a month ago, so go on my channel and check that out if you have not already. So I wanted to change it up a little bit, do a little bit different version, and this version, it sounds like kind of a crazy mashup here, but they actually work extremely well together. You'll see just how good the cards work together. So let's get right into this. This is actually a very budget build. You don't even need Sky Striker Ace Rose or Rose. So yeah, it's extremely budget, and it's still really good and really fun, of course. So yeah, let's get right into it. Starting off with our True Draco monsters. Just 2 Ignis Heat. There's really no need for 3 in this particular build. Obviously, in a pure, True Draco, you'll max out on him. So he will, on your opponent's turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect, you can just take a True Draco spell card and either activate it or just add it to your hand. Very good. Dynamite Knight did not come off the list yet, so we're just playing him at 1. I mean, heck, we probably would play him at 3 if we could, because he's going to search you or activate a True Draco trap, which our traps are really, really good. And then just 1 Majesty Maiden. She's just going to search you another True Draco monster, from your deck to your hand. So that is it for the True Draco monsters. And then for the Sky Strikers, we're just playing 3 Ray. And that is it for the monsters. You can, if you feel the need to, definitely play some hand traps. But, this build that I did here, I didn't do any hand traps or anything like that. That's it for the monsters. Spells, there's a bunch of them. You should have guessed that just by having Sky Strikers in the deck, that we're going to have quite a few spells, but there's also some really good True Draco spells. So we got 3 Heritage. Now this is the one you'll get off more often than Disciples, because this one you can just draw cards equal to the number of True Draco that were sent from the field to the graveyard this turn. So usually it's going to be 1 or 2, not much more than that. And then if this card is sent from the spell and trap zone to the grave, you can just target a spell and trap on the field and destroy it. And then we play 2 Disciples. Again, you're not going to be able to get it off as easily as Heritage, but this one is very good as well. You just target 3 True Draco cards in your graveyard and shuffle them to the deck, and then draw a card. And then, again, if this one is sent from the spell and trap zone to the graveyard, you can target a spell and trap on the field and destroy it. And then the absolute best True Draco card in the game, Dragonic Diagram. There's a reason it's at 1. One of these days we'll probably get it at 3, but for now, 1 is fine. We have a few ways of getting access to it, and then obviously a lot of draw power and just deck thinning that this deck does. But yeah, this one, once per turn, you can destroy 1 other card you control or in your hand, and then you can add a True Draco card from your deck to your hand. Really good, and just destroying another card is really good for getting another spell in the grave, getting off these effects. So yeah, amazing card. And then for our Sky Striker spells, we're playing 3 Area 0. Again, this card blends in perfectly with all of these because you just target another card you control, excavate the top 3, and then you can add an excavated Sky Striker card, and then you can send that targeted card to the graveyard. So it's your way of getting one of these or one of your traps to the grave. Super easy, really nice. And then if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard by a card effect, you can special summon a Sky Striker Ace from your deck. So again, you have ways, if you send one of these to the grave, you'll be able to then pop a spell and trap, so you can pop Area 0 and then get a free summon of your Ray. So really nice. Again, blends in perfectly. And then 3 Widowinker. Everyone knows what that one does. It's one of our stronger cards. It's a quick play, really nice, to either negate the effects or take control of a card. Really nice. 2 Shark Cannon. Now this one, you can target a monster in your opponent's graveyard, banish it, or if you have 3 or more spells in your graveyard, you can special summon that monster to the field. And then our one-ofs, we have the 1 Hornet Drones, just free Sky Striker Ace tokens. Afterburners for popping a face-up monster, and then if you have 3 or more spells in the grave, you can destroy a spell and trap on the field. Jamming Wave, so again, that works perfectly well with everything else we have here. Jamming Wave's kind of the opposite. This one's going to target a set spell and trap on the field, destroy it. And if you have 3 or more spells in your grave, you can destroy a monster on the field. And then Multi-Roll. Again, another really good one. You just target another card you control, send it to the graveyard, and your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to your spell card activations. Very good. During the end phase, you can also set Sky Striker spells with different names from your graveyard up to the number of Sky Striker spell cards you activated when this card was on the field. That's it for kind of our engine cards. Just some generic kind of draw cards. Card of Demise is really good. Pot of Duality can potentially be good. Obviously, if you're doing more your Sky Striker side, this is really good because you can't special summon. And then Pot of Desires, kind of good for if you're kind of going through your Sky Striker stuff and you just need more cards. This is really good. And then we're playing a 40 card deck, so Upstart Goblin, and also it's just a free spell engrave for all your Sky Striker, spell cards. We're also playing a Terraforming to search either Area 0 or usually it's going to be Dragonic Diagram. And then Set Rotation, again, kind of the same idea. Usually it's just your way of getting to Dragonic Diagram and then setting a Area 0 to your opponent's field. And then Reinforcement of the Army to search that Sky Striker Ace Ray, and it's just again a free spell card in the grave. But yeah, so basically everything in here just does something really good for you, either drawing, searching, or just interruption on your opponent's turn is most of the or just interruption is most of the Sky Striker cards. Very, very good. So that's it for the spells. Quite a few again. We're playing. You should know that just by having Sky Striker in the deck title. And then traps, the newly unlimited True King's Return. It's really nice to have this card, to see it in your opening hand. Obviously, you want to see a True Draco card, monster, so that you can special summon it back for free, basically. Very good card. And then 2 Apocalypse. That's about all you need. I've never felt the need for 3 of them, and really honestly the only reason I'm playing 2 is because of that lone Pot of Desires, but it's still decent. And then the final trap card, which is actually really good for both Sky Strikers and True Dracos, is There Can Only Be One. It's a really good card that once you get your field set up, kind of have a nice back row, your opponent's just done, usually. And that is it for the main deck. 40 cards. You want to be as consistent as we can, and you'll usually get to whatever you need. And then for the extra deck, most of it's obviously just for Sky Striker stuff, because True Dracos really don't go into the extra deck very much. 3 Kagari. It's your main one, because once you special summon it, you just get a Sky Striker spell from your graveyard back to your hand to then reset. Really nice. 2 Hayate. This one is really good. I usually like to use it because it opens up a zone so that you can special summon another Sky Striker Ace monster. But after damage calculation, if this card battled, you can send a Sky Striker card from your deck to the graveyard. So usually that's going to be a spell, and then you can sometimes get it back with Kagari. So it's basically your way of just searching any Sky Striker card. Shizuku is during the end phase that this card was special summoned, you add a Sky Striker spell from your deck to your hand. Really nice. And then one Kaina. Again, it's another way of just opening up another zone to special summon another Sky Striker Ace monster. And then we have the one Zeke. Because especially with Widow Anchor at 3, you're going to be able to take control of some of your opponent's cards. And then you can use that plus just any Sky Striker Ace monster and go into Zeke. So just getting rid of a monster for free, basically. And then playing the one IP Masquerena, extremely good. One Nightmare Phoenix, one Unicorn, breaking boards, getting rid of problem cards. And then we are actually even playing the Griffin, because this one, you can target a spell and trap in your graveyard and set it to your field. So that's your way of easily getting back some really cool cards that you sent to the grave previously, or that, say your opponent destroyed this. If you can go into a Griffin, you can just set this back. Really nice. And then we have, for some Link 4s, Unchained Abomination. I kind of just wanted a card that just did stuff just on its own. And this one, if a card on the field is destroyed by a card effect, you can target a card on the field and destroy it. And then when another monster is destroyed by battle, you can target another card on the field and destroy it. And then during the end phase, you could target one card on the field and destroy it. So you're going to destroy something, usually with this card, unless they're obviously negating it. And then Boral Sword Dragon, just for those cheap OTKs. So that is the deck, guys. Again, if you want to see a more pure version, check out my channel. About a month ago, I did a True Draco deck that is a little more pure. But yeah, this one works really well together. Test it out online, guys. It's actually really fun. Just a lot of synergy between these decks. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you on the next one.